Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back. It looks like Florence Pugh is in the running and in talks to play Abby in The Last of Us Season 2. Now, if you have not played The Last of Us Part 2 or even Part 1, you will not know who Abby is. I'll explain that to you in this video. But yeah, according to a very, very reliable source who's been right on many, many things in the past, and this is very reliable, although do take it with a grain of salt because it does come from a scooper who is not an official source, but they are very reliable. So this comes from My Time to Shine Hello, and they say, I heard from another source that Florence Pugh got an offer to play Abby pre-strikes. Other sources still claim it's Shannon Berry, gotta be one of them. So it looks like it's down to between two actresses to play Abby in Season 2 of The Last of Us, Florence Pugh and Shannon Berry. Now, obviously you're familiar with everybody's familiar with Florence Pugh. She was just in Oppenheimer. She's in, things like Don't Worry Darling, Midsummer, Black Widow. She's a very, very famous actress, so everybody's familiar with her, and she'd be a massive get for The Last of Us. But a lot of people may not be familiar with Shannon Berry, and Shannon Berry is an actress who was in The Wilds, I believe, and she has been long fan casted to play Abby. And according to a lot of other scoopers, she is also in the running to play Abby. It's between these two. So I'll talk about my personal preferences, and then from a business aspect, which one would be more profitable and which one will be better, or not profitable, which one will be more successful for them. So yeah, but first of all, if you don't know who Abby is a character in The Last of Us Part 2 who, I'm not going to spoil The Last of Us Part 2, but has a very strong rival with Ellie. And throughout the game, you get to play as Abby for pretty much half of it. So Season 2 of The Last of Us will presumably take place focusing on this character for presumably half of the season. So they'll obviously need to cast someone who is, as a leading actress, who will be able to carry half a season, because Season 2 is very much going to be a two-hander between Ellie and Abby if these reports are true. So yeah, but if you have not played The Last of Us Part 2, Abby is not the main, I don't want to spoil anything, but Abby is a very big part of the game, and her and Ellie are essentially rivals throughout the game. So yeah, now when it comes to my personal preference, who would I like to see play Abby and who would make the most sense, I would say, look, I'd be happy with either, but I'm kind of leaning more towards Shannon Berry, just because she looks a lot more like Abby in the game. And if you've seen what she looks like in the game, you'll notice that she's very muscular. She has like a sort of masculine masculine, a lot of masculine features, and Shannon Berry sort of inhabits that a little bit more, and I feel like she can do a better job, especially her character in The Wilds. From what I've seen, I haven't seen the show, seems to be more not masculine, but definitely inhabits some of those attributes. So yeah, I think in terms of story, look, and overall vibe, and also she's very close in age to Bella Ramsey, who plays Ellie. So they are very similar in age, Shannon Berry and Bella Ramsey. So it would obviously make sense because they're also similar ages in the game. So, and they're sort of supposed to be like not yin and yang, but very much opposites, and also similar. Contrasting each other. They're supposed to be, reflect two sides of the same coin, basically. And so Shannon Berry, I just think would make more sense in that case. And, she does look the part. I feel like she can do the stuff that Abby's got to do. And she's similar in age to Bella Ramsey. So from a story perspective, it'd probably make more sense. However, from a business perspective, Florence Pugh is a massive, massive, massive name right now, especially with Oppenheimer just coming out. She's a massive name. It should be a huge get for the show. I mean, I think it would boost the numbers not exponentially, but they would see a significant boost in numbers, because you'd be getting the Florence Pugh fandom, some of the Oppenheimer fandom maybe, because she's risen to fame a lot within the past few years, and also she's going to be in Dune, so Season 2 will obviously come out after Dune Part 2, which will further skyrocket her career. So it'll be a massive get from a business standpoint, because she'll obviously attract more viewers. I think she's a great actress, obviously. I think she could do this. I think definitely she could do this, and I'd be excited to see her do it. I just think that, from a story perspective, it does seem more like they would be leaning toward Shannon Berry rather than Florence Pugh. But if they do cast Florence Pugh, I would 100% be down for that. Also, 100% be down for Shannon Berry. Listen, obviously everybody loves Florence Pugh, but I just feel like she doesn't really look like Abby, and I would have to imagine that the actress who plays Abby would have to put on like a fair bit of muscle, and I can't imagine Florence Pugh doing that just because of the other roles that she has to do, like with but she typically doesn't play very, like, not masculine, but again, masculine-y characters. She has more feminine qualities, so we'll see how they go with it. If they do cast her, if they cast Shannon Berry, I'm sure it'll be great either way. I really do. I think they're both pretty good actresses. Well, I think I haven't really seen much of Shannon Berry, but from what I've seen and heard, she's pretty good. And I think Florence Pugh is obviously great. And I would love to see Florence Pugh and Bella Ramsey be rivals. But again, I can also see Shannon Berry and Bella Ramsey being rivals. Like they'd have very different dynamics. I think. Also, Florence Pugh is, I think, like 8 years older than Bella Ramsey. So I guess they might be able to, you know, she could definitely pass for like maybe like a 20-year-old, 21-year-old in The Last of Us, because that's how old Ellie is in part 2, I think, or 19, it's somewhere around that age. So I definitely think Florence Pugh could pass for that. However, if you do want more realism, I think you would go with Shannon Berry. So yeah, those are the reports that are being shown to us. It's between Shannon Berry and Florence Pugh playing Abby in The Last of Us Part 2. I'd be excited for either of them. From a business standpoint, I would say lean more toward Florence Pugh just because she could attract that audience from Dune and Oppenheimer and things like that. But from a story and, you know, realism perspective, I would say go with Shannon Berry because she looks more like Abby. Her and Bella Ramsey seem like they would be closer in age, which they are. And I think that'll work better for the story. I just think it will. So yeah, that's it for this video. Let me know your thoughts down below in the comments. Who would you rather see, Shannon Berry or Florence Pugh? If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe. We'd really appreciate it. If you have not already, turn on post notifications so you don't miss when I upload. Thank you guys for watching. Go check out all my other videos. I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.